make no good for me, but you feel so good to me. Every time I come back.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video with Cooking with Mercedes. Today we're going to be making pico de gallo. So if you want to know how to make some delicious pico de gallo that's easy, stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. Here are my ingredients. I have cherry tomatoes, cilantro, an onion, lime juice, and then I also have 2 cans of diced tomatoes. The ones that I have green chilies in them, and they're the mild version. You can add some jalapeno peppers to yours. My family isn't really a fan of hot stuff too much, so I did not add them. But you can go ahead and buy fresh jalapenos, or you can get the kind that's already diced in a can. It's up to you, but that is definitely an option. I do like jalapenos in mine sometimes as well. So here are the ingredients that you will need, and you also need salt and pepper. This recipe is for beginners, so hopefully you can follow along and make it with me. Please be sure to wash all your ingredients before you start and have a clean space where you are cooking. After you rinse your tomatoes, you just want to slice them in half, or you can slice them in 4s. Once again, this video is for beginners, so I'm just making videos right now for people that literally don't even have a cutting board. Like, sometimes I use a cutting board, sometimes I won't. Like I said in my previous video, I have all the tools, but I'm trying to, break it down to the people that don't have all the fancy tools and all the fancy knives and things like that. So I want you all to feel like I'm cooking with you with the same tools. So you just want to go ahead and cut up your cherry tomatoes like this. Then you can go ahead and just use half of an onion. If you want more onion, you can, but I just use half. And you just want to slice that up and dice it up pretty good, pretty small. I did go ahead and add some salt and pepper to my tomatoes because while they're sitting there waiting for me to get back to them, I want to kind of enhance the flavor and let the salt and pepper sit there for a while. And then I went ahead and I started to, break off the ends of my cilantro. You want to make sure you wash your cilantro and pat it dry, and then take off the stems. You can cut them off or rip them off. It's your choice. So after you put your onions and tomatoes in a bowl, I just went ahead and picked off the cilantro by hand. I picked them off the stems. Some people just like to chop it up really small and, not really pick it off the stems like that. But when you have, certain people eating foods, they don't want to have to pull a stem out of their mouth while they're eating. So I just prefer to try to get off as much stem as I can. After that, you get your famous paper plate, and then you're going to fold it in half. That's like my best part. And then you fold it in half and throw it away. But what I did go ahead and do after I picked off all the cilantro is I, just run your knife across it a few more times to make it as small as you like it. And then that way, you'll be able to scoop it and eat it a little bit easier. After you finish rough chopping your cilantro, you want to go ahead and open your tomatoes. I did drain the juice from my tomatoes because I just don't want my salsa or my pico de gallo to be so watery and runny. So you want to go ahead and drain that water out. You didn't see me pour the other can of tomatoes in the bowl, but I did the same thing. So for both cans, you want to drain the water out of it or the juices and then dump them in the bowl. After that, you want to go ahead and give your lime a nice roll that gets the juices flowing inside. Some people like to pop their limes or lemons in the microwave and then roll them and then cut them and squeeze them, but this works well also. You just want to cut your lime and then you can go ahead and squeeze it into the bowl. This was a nice lime. It didn't have too many seeds or anything like that. So I appreciate the lime. That wasn't being difficult, okay? You can see all the juice that's coming out. Slow motion. It's something about limes that just give everything so much flavor. Like a lime by itself is not the best, but when you add a lime to like some steak or some like kind of tacos or, oh my gosh, it's so good. What other food? I can't think of nothing else right now, but limes, it's something about limes that just enhances the flavor. I squeezed my whole lime out, so then you just want to go ahead and add your fresh cilantro into the bowl. Like I said, this is a very simple recipe, okay? Very, very simple. Then you just want to clean up your area. I like to use a fork with this part. After, you know, you have all of your onions and tomatoes and fresh tomatoes and cilantro in there and lime, I just want to mix it up with the fork. And this will be the time where you add your jalapenos also, but I don't have any. You have to add a good amount of salt. I would say I added about a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon, and maybe about a half a teaspoon of pepper. It depends on how big your bowl is, and you want to taste it as you go, because if you oversalt this, you're done. There's no reverse. There's no, oops, I did it wrong. Like, just add a little bit of salt at a time. I believe it was about a half of a teaspoon. And there you go. There's your Pico de Gallo. It looks so fresh. It smells so good. But this was perfect. If you want to drain a little bit of the water, you can. But this was a fast, easy recipe. And you just want to grab you some chips and sit back and enjoy. This is the way I make it. People have the way that they make it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. You guys, please let me know what other videos you want me to make. I've been doing like surveys on my Instagram and other places. My Instagram is @cookingwithmercedes. Let me know what y'all want me to make next, okay? Cooking is not that hard. It could be pretty fun, actually. So let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you in the next video.